Good morning, dear students. Welcome to 9th Standard Geometry, Lesson number 5, Quadrilateral, Module 5. Just I am recollecting what you have studied in this chapter. You have studied properties of parallelogram, properties of rectangle, square, rhombus, and trapezium, and theorem of midpoints of two sides of a triangle. Children, let's start your problem set 5. Question number 1. Choose the correct alternative answer and filling the blanks. First question. If all pairs of adjacent sides of a quadrilateral are congruent, then it is called dash. Options are given. Option A is rectangle, B is parallelogram, and C is trapezium. Fourth one is rhombus. In case of rectangle, parallelogram and trapezium, opposite sides are only congruent, but in the case of rhombus, all sides are congruent. Therefore, adjacent pair of adjacent sides of a quadrilateral are congruent in rhombus. Therefore, your option D is your answer, rhombus. Question number 2. If the diagonal of a square is 12 root 2 centimeter, then the perimeter of square is dash. Options are given. Option A is 24 centimeter, B is 24 root 2 centimeter, C is 48 centimeter, and D is 48 root 2 centimeter. In this question, diagonal of a square is given and we have to find the perimeter of a square. In this question, first we have to find side of a square because perimeter of a square is equal to 4 into length of one side. And here for a square, you have already know all angles are 90 degree. There is angle A is equal, angle B equal, angle C equal, angle D equal 90 degree. And all sides are also congruent. Now here I am considering the triangle ABC. Angle ABC is equal 90 degree. Therefore, triangle ABC is the right angle triangle. And therefore, by the Pythagoras theorem, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. And here substituting the values, 12 root 2 square is equal to AB square plus AB square. That is BC square also is equal to AB square. Therefore, 2AB square is equal to 12 square into root 2 square is 2. Therefore, 12 square into 2, that is 144 into 2. Therefore, AB square is equal to 144 and 2 and 2 is eliminated. And therefore, AB is equal to square root of 144 is equal 12 centimeter. That is length of one side is equal to 12 centimeter. Therefore, perimeter of square ABCD is equal 4 into length of one side, that is 4 into 12 is equal to 48 centimeter. Therefore, your option C is your answer, that is 48 centimeter. Third question. If opposite angles of a rhombus are 2x degree and 3x minus 40 degree, then the value of x is dash. First option A is 100 degree, B is 80 degree, C is 160 degree and D is 40 degree. Here opposite angles are given. What about the opposite angles of a rhombus? Opposite angles of a rhombus are congruent. Therefore, 2x is equal to 3x minus 40 degree. That is opposite angles are congruent. Therefore, x is equal to 40 degree. Therefore, your option D is your answer. That is 40 degree. Question number 2. Adjacent sides of a rectangle are 7 cm and 24 cm. Find the length of its diagonal. Here rectangle ABCD, adjacent sides are AB and BC are 7 cm and 24 cm. And in this question we have to find length of its diagonal, that is in this figure AC you have to find. And you have already know that opposite sides of a rectangle are congruent and all angles of a rectangle are 90 degree. Therefore, here angle B equal to 90 degree. And solution, let ABCD be the rectangle and AB equal to 7 cm and BC equal to 24 cm. In triangle ABC, angle B equal to 90 degree because of angles of a rectangle. Therefore, triangle ABC is the right angle triangle. Therefore, by the Pythagoras theorem, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. That is equal 7 square plus 24 square is equal 49 plus 576 equal 625. Therefore, AC square is equal to 625. Therefore, AC is equal to square root of 625. That is equal 25 centimeter. Therefore, the length of the diagonal of the rectangle is 25 centimeter. Question number 3. If diagonal of a square is 13 centimeter, find its side. Here PQRS be the square. In this question, here diagonal is given. We have to find its side. Here is PR, in this figure PR is the diagonal. And you have already know that all sides of square are congruent and all angles of a square are also congruent. Therefore, each angle is 90 degree. Solution, let PQRS be the square of side x centimeter. Here I am taking PQ is equal to QR is equal to x centimeter. That is the equation number 1. That is the side of a square. And the triangle PQR is a right angle triangle because angle Q is equal to 90 degree. That is angles of a square. Therefore, by the Pythagoras theorem, PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. That is equal 13 square is equal x square plus x square from equation 1. Therefore, 2x square is equal to 13 square is 169. Therefore, x square is equal to 169 upon 2. Here x square is equal to 169 divided by 2. Therefore, x is equal to square root of 169 divided by 2. Square root of 169 is 13 upon root 2. We have to omit the root. That is why multiplying the numerator and denominator by root of 2. Therefore, 13 upon root 2 into root 2 upon root 2. That is equal 13 root 2 upon 2 because root 2 into root 2 is equal to 2. Therefore, that is equal 6.5 root 2 centimeter. Therefore, the length of the side of a square is 6.5 root 2 centimeter. Question number 4. Ratio of two adjacent sides of a parallelogram is 3:4 and its perimeter is 112 centimeter. And find the length of each side. In this question, ratio of two adjacent sides are given, that is 3:4, and perimeter is also given, that is 112. And we have to find length of each side. Solution, let STUV be the parallelogram and ratio of the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram is 3:4. Therefore, let the common multiple be x and therefore The length of the one side is ST, that is equal to 3x centimeter, and another side TU is equal to 4x centimeter. You have already know opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent, and therefore ST is equal to UV is equal to 3x centimeter and TU is equal to SV is equal to 4x centimeter. That is the equation number 1, because opposite sides of a parallelogram. Here perimeter of parallelogram STUV is equal to 112, that is already given, and how to find the perimeter, that is sum of all the sides. Therefore ST plus TU plus UV plus SV is equal to 112. Therefore 3x plus 4x plus 3x plus 4x is equal to 112 from equation 1. And therefore 14x is equal to 112. Therefore x is equal to 112 divided by 14. Therefore x is equal to 8. And therefore ST is equal to UV is equal to 3x, that is equal to 3 into 8 is 24 centimeter, and TU is equal to SV is equal to 4x is equal to 4 into 8 is equal to 32 centimeter. And therefore the final answer, the length of the sides of the parallelogram are 24 centimeter, 32 centimeter, 24 centimeter and 32 centimeter. Question number 5. The diagonals PR and QS of a rhombus PQRS are 20 centimeter and 48 centimeter respectively. Find the length of side PQ. Here the figure PQRS is a rhombus. In this figure the diagonals PR and QS is given. There is 20 centimeter and 48 centimeter. And here we have to find length of side PQ. You have already know that all sides of the rhombus are congruent. And solution, PQRS is a rhombus and PR is equal to 20 centimeter and QS is equal to 48 centimeter. And here PR is equal to 20 centimeter. Then how to find PT? There is diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other. Therefore PT is equal to half into PR. That is equal half into 20 is equal to 10 centimeter. And also QT is equal to half into QS, that is diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other, that is equal half into 48 is equal to 24 centimeter. And in triangle PTQ, angle PTQ is equal to 90 degree because diagonal of a rhombus are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, triangle PTQ is right angle triangle. Therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, PQ square is equal to PT square plus QT square, that is equal 10 square plus 24 square is equal 100 plus 576, that is equal 676. Therefore PQ square is equal to 676. Therefore PQ is equal to square root of 676 is equal to 26 centimeter. Therefore length of the side PQ is equal to 26 centimeter. Therefore your final answer, the length of side PQ is 26 centimeter. Question number 6. Diagonals of a rectangle PQRS are intersecting in point M. If angle QMR is equal to 50 degree, then find the measure of angle MPS. Here PQRS is a rectangle and two diagonals are PR and QS intersecting in point M, and given that angle QMR is equal to 50 degree. In this question we have to find angle MPS. And solution, PQRS is a rectangle. You have already know that diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. Therefore, PM is equal to half into PR, there is the equation number 1, and MS is equal to half into QS, there is equation number 2, because diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. And what about the diagonals of a rectangle? Diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Therefore, PR is equal to QS, that is equation number 3. From equation 1, 2 and 3, PM is equal to MS. This is the equation number 4. Now I am considering the triangle PMS. There is in triangle PMS, PM is equal to MS from the equation 4. If two sides of the triangles are congruent, then angles opposite to them are also congruent. Therefore, by the isosceles triangle theorem, angle MSP is equal to angle MPS is equal to x degree, that is equation number 5, that because of isosceles triangle theorem. And what about the angle PMS and QMR? These two angles are vertically opposite angles, and vertically opposite angles are congruent. Therefore, angle PMS is equal to angle QMR is equal to 50 degree. That is equation number 6, because of vertically opposite angles. And in triangle MPS, angle PMS plus angle MPS plus angle MSP is equal to 180 degree, because sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. And what is the angle PMS? Angle PMS is equal to 50 degree. 50 degree plus x is equal to 180 degree from equation 5 and 6. Therefore, 50 plus 2x is equal to 180 degree, and 2x is equal to 180 minus 50, that is equal to 130 degree. Therefore, 2x is equal to 130 degree. Therefore, x is equal to 130 upon 2, that is equal to 65 degree. Therefore, angle MPS is equal to angle MPS. Angle MPS is equal to 65 degree from equation 5. Question number 7. In the adjoining figure, if segment AB parallel to segment PQ and segment AB congruent to segment PQ, and segment AC parallel to segment PR and segment AC congruent to segment PR, then prove that segment BC parallel to segment QR and segment BC congruent to segment QR. The figure is already given. And solution: first write given. Segment AB parallel to segment PQ and segment AB congruent to segment PQ, and segment AC parallel to segment PR and segment AC congruent to segment PR. To prove segment BC parallel to segment QR and segment BC congruent to segment QR. And proof: consider the quadrilateral ABQP. Segment AB parallel to segment PQ and segment AB congruent to segment PQ. That is already given. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of its opposite sides is parallel and congruent. Therefore, the quadrilateral ABQP is a parallelogram. And if it is, this one is a parallelogram, therefore segment AP parallel to segment BQ, that is the equation number 1, and segment AP congruent to segment BQ, that is equation number 2, because of opposite sides of a parallelogram. And now I am considering the quadrilateral ACRP. Here segment AC parallel to segment PR and segment AC congruent to segment PR. Therefore, by the same reason, a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of its opposite side is parallel and congruent. Therefore, quadrilateral ACRP is a parallelogram. Here we proved quadrilateral ACRP is a parallelogram. Therefore, segment AP parallel to segment CR, that is equation number 3, opposite sides of the parallelogram are parallel and congruent. Therefore, segment AP congruent to segment CR, that is equation number 4. And now I am considering the quadrilateral BCRQ. From equation 1 and 3, segment BQ parallel to segment CR, and from equation 2 and 4, segment BQ congruent to segment CR. Therefore, quadrilateral BCRQ is also a parallelogram. The reason a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of its opposite side is parallel and congruent. Therefore, segment BC parallel to segment QR and segment BC congruent to segment QR, that is the opposite side of the parallelogram, are parallel and congruent. Question number 8. In the adjoining figure, quadrilateral ABCD is a trapezium and AB parallel to DC. Points P and Q are midpoints of segment AD and segment BC respectively. Then prove that PQ parallel to AB and PQ is equal to half into AB plus DC. The figure is already given. In this figure, AB parallel to DC is given and P and Q are midpoints of the segment AD and BC. And we have to prove that PQ parallel to AB and PQ is equal to half into AB plus DC. First write given. Quadrilateral ABCD is a trapezium. And to prove PQ parallel to AB and PQ is equal to half into AB plus DC. Then do the construction. Here join the points A and Q and extend the segment AQ and let it meet, produce the DC at the point R. And then here I am taking AB, segment AB parallel to segment DC and segment BC is the transversal. Then what about the angle ABC and angle RCB? Angle ABC and angle RCB are alternate angles. Alternate angles are congruent. Therefore, angle ABC congruent to angle RCB, that is the alternate angles. And therefore, angle ABQ is congruent to angle RCQ because B dash Q dash C, that is the equation number 1. Now I am taking the two triangle ABQ and triangle RCQ. In triangle ABQ and triangle RCQ, first write the congruent parts. Angle ABQ congruent to angle RCQ from equation 1 and segment BQ congruent to segment CQ because Q is the midpoint of segment BC, and angle BQA congruent to angle CQR because these two angles are vertically opposite angles are congruent. Therefore, by which condition these two triangles are congruent? Angle side angle. Therefore, by ASA test, triangle ABQ congruent to triangle RCQ. And by CACT, segment AB congruent to segment CR, that is equation number 2, and by CACT segment AQ congruent to segment RQ. and therefore Q is the midpoint of segment AR. That is the equation number 3. And now I am considering the bigger triangle ADR. In triangle ADR, the points P and Q are the midpoints of segment AD and segment AR respectively. That is already given and from equation 3 also. And therefore, by the midpoint theorem, segment PQ parallel to segment DR. And therefore, segment PQ parallel to segment DC because D dash C dash R. And but it is given that segment AB parallel to segment DC. That is the equation number 5. And from equation 4 and 5, that is equation 4 is segment PQ parallel to segment DC and segment AB parallel to segment DC. Therefore, segment PQ parallel to segment AB from equation 4 and 5. Therefore, by the midpoint theorem, here PQ is equal to half into DR. That is equal, what is DR in this figure? DC plus CR. That is equal half into DC plus CR because D dash C dash R. That is equal half into DC plus AB from equation 2. Therefore, PQ is equal to half into AB plus DC. So we proved. Question number 9. In the adjoining figure, quadrilateral ABCD is a trapezium and AB parallel to DC and points M and N are midpoints of diagonals AC and DB respectively. Then prove that MN parallel to AB. Here ABCD is a trapezium is given and AB parallel to DC and point M and N are the midpoints of the two diagonals AC and DB. And in this question we have to prove that MN parallel to AB. Then solution. First write given. Quadrilateral ABCD is a trapezium and AB parallel to DC. And points M and N are midpoints of diagonals AC and DB respectively. And to prove MN parallel to AB. Here do the construction first. Join D and M. This is the segment. Join D and M and the segment, extend the segment DM to meet the segment AB at the point E and such that A dash E dash B. Proof. Here segment AB parallel to segment DC and segment AC is the transversal. Then what about the angle is CAB and ACD, and CAB and ACD are alternate angles. There is CAB congruent to angle ACD because alternate angles are congruent. Therefore, angle MAE congruent to angle MCD. That is the equation number 1 because C dash M dash A and A dash E dash B. And now I am taking the two triangles, triangle AME and triangle CMD. In triangle AME and triangle CMD, angle AME congruent to angle CMD because these two angles are vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. And segment AM congruent to segment CM because M is the midpoint of diagonal AC. And next is angle MAE congruent to angle MCD from equation 1. Therefore, here angle side angle. By ASA test, triangle AME congruent to triangle CMD. And by CSCT, segment DM congruent to segment ME. Therefore, point M is the midpoint of segment DE. That is the equation number 2. And now I am taking the triangle DEB. In this triangle DEB, points M and N are the midpoints of segment DE and segment DB respectively. And therefore, by the midpoint theorem, segment MN parallel to segment EB, and therefore segment MN parallel to segment AB, because A dash E dash B. Thank you, dear students.